Alright, so I have climbed this hill and walked into the denser part of the jungle. I'll quickly show you from where I've actually walked. Well, hello my dear friends, thank you for tuning into my channel. My name is Vish and you're watching Vish the Weekender. So it's early in the morning and the sun is still rising. We are going to visit a place which is about 100 kilometers from Hyderabad. So it is Ananthagiri Hills. So about Ananthagiri Hills, it's just like, you know, a place to climb the hill where you can have a very nice view of the surrounding around Ananthagiri. So the time right now is 7:18 a.m. and it's cold, not unbearably cold, but it is cold. I'm not wearing a jacket, you can understand, so it's bearable. Beginning the journey early in the morning has many advantages. One of the prominent one is the time. With ample of time in hand, I could plan my ride and spend significant amount of time on filming. Being said that, I've added couple of stops on this ride. So I recently got my bike serviced and so far I have rode 3,460 kilometers on this bike. And being said that, I forgot to lube the chain this morning. Man. A lesson learned today leads to well planning of tomorrow. So I have not done the bike rides very frequently. I think I'm getting used to it. The longest bike ride I ever did was about 700 kilometers. It was back in 2008 on my Pulsar 150 DTSI. So back in 2008 there was nothing called vlogging. I mean, at least I didn't know. People would vlog their rides and all. I just rode on that particular day. I started like 3 in the morning and then reached Hyderabad somewhere at 4:30, close to 5. The roads were at that time very congested, and I still get surprised that the petrol price at that time was 36 rupees per liter. But right now I think I'm getting used to the bike ride, riding longer distances. It's definitely different than driving a car and all. 1,000. With sufficient fuel in my motorbike, there was no looking back now. I was actually, thinking about changing my helmet to the one which has the, the chin curtain, because I hear a lot of wind noise when I'm recording on this particular helmet. I would at least have a chin curtain installed on this helmet, because this helmet is not too bad. I don't see a need for a new helmet, but I'll see if I can get the chin curtain installed on this helmet. It will be nice. Otherwise I will end up buying a new helmet. I've actually made a couple of stops where I would be checking out the Durgam Cheruvu cable bridge, and then I'll be riding through the financial district. Just wanted to show you guys how well Hyderabad actually prospered in all these years. But hey, look at these empty roads. This is what I was looking for. Okay, taking the road which goes to Film Nagar. So right now I'm in Jubilee Hills, and I'm going to take road number 45 on the next turn. Alright, we are climbing the Durgam Cheruvu cable bridge. Here we go.
Early morning, empty roads, and a perfect day for a long ride. Only the miles were to overcome to reach the target. Though I planned the route, I did not expect that it would bring me to the edge of my seat. It felt like, in a blink of an eye, I entered into a different world.
Alright, that was my second stop. Just looking at this construction, it is just mind-blowing, how massive these buildings are, and how Hyderabad is taking shape towards development. Alright, so Google Maps says 71 kilometers for my next stop, which is Ananthagiri Hills. Okay, so that's the outer ring road. So I'm going to ride parallelly to the outer ring road for about 600 meters from here, and then I need to take a turn.
It was evident that I was leaving the financial district as the massive buildings were slowly disappearing. Huge utility poles were put up to support overhead power lines, which made it clear that the urban development is at its peak.
Alright, I've got onto the highway and I need to ride about 36 kilometers.
I was riding on State Highway 4 to reach Ananthagiri Hills. It was totally new to me as I haven't ridden on this part of the land before. I was slowly picking up the speed, but was very careful at the same time. Confidence while riding and navigating skillfully are the principal segments while riding, which this motorbike made it easy. It was a clear sky, there was no sign of a cloud, and the sun was climbing high. While all this was happening, my journey carried on. After a short but a bit tiring ride, I found a spot for a quick break. I got refreshed after sipping some tea, and then I set back on my journey. As I got onto the road, I found these huge trees and got curious. The entrance was purposely dug to keep bigger vehicles from entering. My curiosity made me ride much more deeper into the trees. Since I was riding a motorbike, I had an opportunity to go much deeper, and I utilized it. As the trees became fewer, I felt that it was the end of the path. However, it continued beyond the trees. So did I. This unknown path raised many questions inside me. However, I wanted to see how the end looked like, so I continued. Riding on a path like this was definitely exciting. Alright, so I just rode inside, through this path. This is kind of, a farm kind of thing. These are trees which would normally, used for manufacturing the paper. I don't know where this path is going to lead me to, but I am not willing to go in there because the path doesn't look that great. If I'm going to stuck, it's going to be a difficult situation. Okay, I think I'm going to head back now. Riding out was as exciting as riding in. Alright, so that was a very beautiful break. So it's just a farm by this road. Had a very good time riding my bike inside this farm. So I'm left with 19 more kilometers to reach Ananthagiri hills. Quite near. Okay, I got 7 more kilometers to reach Ananthagiri, and in 800 meters I need to take a diversion. That is, I need to take a left, and then from there I should be left with close to 7 more kilometers. So the time right now is 10:12 a.m. so it took over 2 hours 30 minutes. Okay, this is the turn I should take. Alright, so we have officially entered into the hills. Okay, go slow, wild animal crossing. Alright, the roads are definitely not in good shape. They are okay, for a motorbike, but car, I think there's going to be a little struggle. Rugged roads surely slowed me down, but I believe they are part of the adventure too.
Okay, let's see. Google Map is directing me to take this road. I think it's the viewpoint. Okay, so this is the point that Google Maps has actually directed me to, but there's nothing here. There's a path there. I'm pretty sure it is going to lead me to nowhere. There's more, path to walk down. I think I'm going to go back and go to the Ananthagiri Hills viewpoint, which is a location on the Google Maps. Let's do that.
To optimize Google Maps service, I set Ananthagiri viewpoint as my destination, which was just a kilometer away. I finally reached the viewpoint.
My Google Map says I have arrived. I'm sure I did. Okay. I'm going to park my motorbike here.
This is the viewpoint, which is very close to the parking. I just parked my vehicle there, right there where you see all the logs. The logs were placed there to restrict for people to bring their vehicles inside. So this is about 100 meters distance from the parking. I have inquired that there is a path to actually trek down this particular hill, and then there's nothing but just the vast open land. Alright, this is the view that we get. Not so satisfying because there's all trees blocking the view. Let's see. There is this path, okay, which goes down this hill, and there's all the open land there. So what do? Let's go trek down. Right. The sand is actually loose, so I need to be very careful before stepping my feet. I have been using these Decathlon boots from quite some time, and they have done a great job keeping me in standing position. The path doesn't seem to be tough, but it was tricky. The sand with tiny stones made it difficult to even stand. Slipping once gave me an understanding how to walk on a path like this. Normally, walking quickly, relatively using your body weight would be ideal.
Alright, so the tougher part is over. That was the point where I was standing, and I'm not sure if GoPro is actually properly capturing the inclination. It's actually about 70 degrees.
I stepped forward to catch sight of the open land, which is part of the hill.
So I'm actually looking at the Google Maps and trying to know, or trying to see what's more. It's there around this place. It's just the plain land here, okay? But I still want to, just walk some distance inside this jungle, and just wanted to see, how on this side of the land is. Now, when you look at this, there is this depression in the land here, which is nothing but the rainwater flows down to this hill.
Ananthagiri is considered one of the dense forests in Telangana. These hills are one of the water sources for Himayat and Usman Sagar.
It's not a hot day, but the sunshine is there. Definitely feeling the heat, but this wind is cold. So I think the cold wind is actually compensating to the amount of heat the sun is producing. Yeah.
With a constant body temperature and not so crazy path, I was feeling great and was looking for more ground to explore.
We got a friend here. Hey. Definitely a brave dog. Bye. I wish I could have walked that fast on this path.
The forest seemed to be beautiful, dense, and calm.
It is quite an interesting path because it looks to be a hill on above another hill, because the viewpoint which I just got down, there was the plain land, and then after that this is the second hill which I have actually got down.
The path seemed to be identical as Lama Singhi, which I trekked last year.
I think that's the Ananthagiri village. So there's nothing. I'm kind of circling around this hill. The creek which I've actually showed to you guys in the beginning, that creek actually connects, the water flows from this direction. Can you see it? This is the creek that I was talking about. It would have been nice if there was water, but there isn't any. I think I'm going to sit here for some time, take some rest, and then go back and begin my journey back to home.
The forest was pretty, but the silence was deep. My heart was beating fast at the quietness. As far as I could see, there was whiteness, no sign of a company except the wilderness.
I have climbed this hill and walked into the denser part of the jungle. I'll quickly show you from where I've actually walked. You see that path there? I walked on that path, and then I met the creek there, and then walked through these trees, and climbed this hill by walking through the trees, and then made my way here. I'm here right now, okay, and this is the plain land which I showed you guys after walking down from the the viewpoint. If I'm going to cross this section of dense forest, then I should be able to go into that plain land, just to avoid walking all this track and that path which was tedious. Okay, I'm going to try and bushwhack and see if I can reach the plain land. I'm using Google Maps as a guide. Walking off track was something I did for the first time, and it gave me an understanding that I should be carrying physical map going forward. This section of the land has considerably less trees than what's there inside. Being said that, I've just found this path. So it looks like I've successfully escaped the tedious path. And just look at this, what we have here. The plain land. Alright, so this turned out to be a an exciting adventure. So I think I'm going to go back now. My expectation was that I would watch the extensive land from a viewpoint. I didn't expect that I would wander in an unknown place